Okay, so this we have the recording for Transylvania Ball. If we notice in the key signature, we have a B flat, E flat, and A flat. So we got three flats on this one. Let's go do the warm up, the C harmonic minor. So we're going to remember that B flat, E flat, A flat, and then with the minor, we're going to raise that 7, so we have a B natural on the scale. So we have C, D, E flat, thumb goes underneath, F, G, A flat. This is our B natural here, and then we're back to our C. So using the fingers, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, going underneath, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming back down. Okay, then our chords here, 1, 5, 1. Let's go ahead and do the same thing with the left hand. So following these fingers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 3 goes over the top, A flat, B natural, C, thumb, number 4 finger goes over the top, same thing. Chords, 1, 5, 1. Let's go ahead and try both hands. So both hands together. And with that, let's go ahead and go back to the first page. So on this one, we have a kind of 3/4 time again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, kind of a nice waltz pattern. When we sort of look ahead with the music, we're going to see, okay, what are our hand positions here? It looks like we're starting with a C position, kind of a C minor. So when we play these, we're kind of getting a sense of the tempo. The tempo here says 168. Let's see how fast that is. Too bad. So we're going to start when we're first kind of learning our notes. We're going to play nice and slow, making sure we can play everything in time. That's a D and F sharp there on the top for right hand. Going down to F natural. Okay, then E natural. Also, too, we notice on that measure 8, we're going to hold that half note. So hold that G sharp. Make sure you're holding that. So you're going to have C and then come down to that B. So that whole time I'm holding that G. And then also the C and B are connected. So we're holding G. And then we return back to that main section here. We have a D position, regular D major position. So that one, A flat, G, G flat, F, E flat, D, C. So not quite like kind of a chromatics there, but close. They definitely were kind of a feeling of sort of stepping down into this kind of new section. That right hand measure 16, you have a E flat C, and then you have a nice forte there, so a nice accent. We're going to take it down just a little bit to the mezzo forte. We're kind of going into a little sort of a mid section here, almost a very kind of light, sort of gentle, melancholy type feel again. So let's do the left hand on that section. This is going to be measure 17. This is the F position. Remember your A flat there. Bum, 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 down. E natural. This is E flat, C, D, and then back to E natural. So that C is staying the same. That pinky is kind of moving around on those. Measure 21. Back to our F position. Bum, 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 bum. 1, 2, 3. Bum. Remembering the accent and staccato on those. When we get to the next part, this is going to be measure 25. We have a dotted half note. This is also pianissimo, so very soft on these. You have an A flat, E flat. It was almost like if you can imagine like a clock or something. If we're going into a castle or a haunted house or something, and we get to like some sort of clock that's dysfunctional and kind of swaying back and forth. One, boom, boom. Let's go back to 17. We'll get the right hand notes on these ones. So we have a C, So it's a really nice kind of melody here. On this one, you have accents here: C, F, C, A flat, C, G. So bum bum. Okay, on 21, bum ba-dum. So on 23, this is gonna be an F, C. I'm sorry, C, F, G on that one. When we get to the next part, we have remembering our two flats. You have that A flat and B flat. Remembering those ones here. On those last sort of quarter notes there, you have a B natural, C. You can come down with that nice staccato there. Okay, on the next one, you have a D, F sharp. This is kind of getting back to that sort of clock sort of feeling. So let's go back to measure 17. We'll try both hands here. And that's kind of that first page. Let's go ahead and go to the second page. So I've wrapped up there with measure 28. Let's go ahead and go to those staccatos. They're sort of like scattered around everywhere. On the top, you have a C sharp and D. So this is your little grace note there. And I think that's pretty much the same. It stays on that C sharp D the whole time. If we notice the left hand is moving up, you have A flat, B, D, F, A flat, B. And so that's that combination. Wum, bum, 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 bum. We're getting louder and louder on those until we reach that fortissimo, really loud on this one. So on those notes with the fortissimo, right hand is D and F sharp, and then the left hand will be B flat and A flat on those. So we're gonna play right hand is nice and short and staccato, and then we're holding that left hand coming down. That's gonna be the same thing, going one octave down. Again. Okay, and then we have a mezzo forte, kind of stepping back down into that main theme there. Okay, so let's do I'm gonna start from measure 17. And I'm going to play through kind of that whole part there, kind of to just link all of those different sections together and making sure we kind of make those as seamless as possible through all those transitions. So here we go from 17. Going to our third page here. On this one, we have our F sharp. This is our D position again, D major. The left hand is kind of stepping down again. Boom. Oops, we're not going to that C, sorry. Okay, so it looks like we're doing some more climbing here. It says the sun's first rays. Okay, so we're kind of coming out of this kind of haunted mansion here. We're kind of maybe there's a back door, and we've kind of opened the back door, and we've kind of see the sun again. We're kind of going into the field and kind of openness out of this sort of crazy little Transylvania ball here. So this one, we have a treble clef, so the left hand is going to come up. You have that B flat, A. Then also we have the next measure in 8 VA, so both hands going up again. Both hands again. And I think that's that. So the right hand is going to have that D and F sharp. And then we're getting softer a little bit, going up again. Then even softer. Really soft pianissimo on that one. And then it looks like the left hand going all the way down, our lowest D on the piano. We have an 8B and that D very slowly. It's a very sort of peaceful resolution there. So the whole time we've been kind of going through this really uncertain, almost kind of scary, haunted house here, and they really have a nice sort of peaceful kind of resolution on that very end. We go back into the sunlight, things are nice and gentle and quiet again. So on the very last part, after we've completed these, bump, 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 you can do the left hand. The last notes for those ones, you have an A flat and G on that one. So it will sound a little odd on that one, but it's going to give us a kind of nice transition into that G and E flat there. So left hand E flat, right hand is a G and E again, E flat. With regard to the pedal, if you notice, if you look through this whole piece, it doesn't actually have any pedal at all until the very last few measures, and I think that's probably intentional. Every now and then the composers won't have any pedal at all, and us as performers will kind of have to figure out or see kind of what feels most appropriate for pedaling. On this one, if you were playing for like a judge or doing something more formal, I would probably not do any pedal and just do pedal what's indicated at the end. I was giving a little bit of pedal through this piece. I think every now and then, you can certainly add pedal to kind of fill in some of the gaps if you would like to. So again, for me as a teacher, if you're doing this just for lesson time, you can add pedal as much as you want to, or kind of just pedal intermittently through this. If you're playing for a judge or doing something more formal, I would adhere to kind of what it's saying and just do pedal at the end. Once you get all your notes down, start with the slower tempo. Let's do 120-ish. Dum, bum, 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 bum. Go ahead and turn it up to like 132-ish. Going again. Dum, bum, 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 bum. You can go up to 144. Da, 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 bum, 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 and then you can kind of go up to 168 there. Tricky part there on 7. Okay, so when you're playing this one, make sure you can play all the way through with no mess ups or wrong notes, or at least maybe one or two, or maybe a few little mess ups, and then transitions, start to increase the tempo, get more and more, making sure you're always kind of listening for getting all those notes in time. And I think that's about it. Also, too, there's a lot of really interesting dynamics here. You have pianissimos, pianos, mezzo fortes, fortes, a lot of really great like dynamics that kind of give it that different mood quality. There's a lot of really great characters and kind of characterizations that are in this piece that you can kind of really explore and dive into. There's a lot of great little creative things that they did with this one. And with that, we'll call it good for this one.